She juxta my position. Hello, boys. Hello, gals. And I'll say it once and for all. Hello to non-binary pals. Welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet. My name is Josh, and I'm the judgy one.
How dare you, first of all? I'm Rick, and I am the judgy one.
And I'm Christian, and I'm the judgy one.
And we are the
Judgies.
Back and Friday nighter than ever.
Hey,
It's good to be back on our routine.
it's kind of fucked up that you said once and for all.
Yeah.
You feel like you're not going to say it anymore, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump gets into office and you just cave that easy?
Yeah.
I mean, the Judgies DEI got canceled, and so now we aren't being forced to do an inclusive intro.
Okay.
Yeah, we were never forced to do it.
Well, no, but the woke mob would have come for us. And if this is
As
your
they
first episode, this is all a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's all a joke.
Sure.
Everything we've said to this point is a joke. I'm not actually the judgy one.
That's true. It's
I'm
me.
the funny one.
Okay.
That's also me.
Okay. I'm the Josh one.
Unfortunately, that's also me.
Ooh.
Really?
No, I could never claim that.
You're the wine one. Actually,
I feel like it could be argued that the two of you are the wine
I guess
ones.
we're the
Yeah.
wine ones.
Yeah. I've never slapped a bag.
On pod. I'm sure you've slapped a bag at
We've
some point.
had to have made you slap the bag at some point.
Peer pressure is a hell of a drug.
You know, I've probably slapped it. Like, you've probably been like, slap this bag.
Yeah.
And then I slap it, and then you do the drinking.
Yeah. You don't think you've ever drank out of a bag of wine?
We've gotten Moscato before.
I don't think I liked it. I might have tried it.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
don't think I
thinking
liked
is
it.
that you never liked it, and we like the sweet red better. A chillable red, my bad.
I mean, I'll take the Peak Moscato. I don't think you can go wrong with a bag of wine. That's the thing. That's the crazy part.
I can't argue on this
Erica,
one.
what stories do we have on the docket for this episode?
Oh, we're getting right into it.
Well, no, we're going to get the stories on the docket.
What do you think the MD Foodie Boys' thoughts on bagged wine is?
I'll let you
Well,
know
they're-
in 17 years.
I was going to say they're literally children, so... Tonight, we have a boyfriend being weird while his girlfriend sleeps.
Typical guy.
And then we have a gross boyfriend being gross.
While his girlfriend's awake.
Yes.
Typical man.
And then we have someone in a coma.
Typical people in
wah.
comas.
Yeah.
Typical medical emergency.
Then we move into a listener-submitted story about a surprise tonsillectomy.
Whoa.
Then someone learns a lesson on tariffs.
Okay.
And then an OP gets in hot water after using a new email style.
New email style just dropped.
I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
Good. Got
Wow.
some good ones for you tonight.
Real political at the end.
Yes.
Wow.
Just for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Real shitty man at the beginning.
That's
Hey, just
for
Man's
me.
plural.
Mans. Get your mans.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, why don't we bring back the man show? But
Okay.
you
We need
didn't
a
let me
heavy butt
finish.
here.
It's the woman show instead. And it's dudes jumping with their balls and penis out on trampolines.
Well, they don't need to be all the way out, but it has to be in
It's very suggestive.
clothing that will
Like we
show
can
off
see,
their...
we know what's going on. You're not
Yeah.
leaving a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
And then they all just chug beer still. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, women can chug beer if they
yeah.
want.
Yeah.
You guys know that's where I got Ziggy Zaga from, right? I know.
Right.
I think it is like an Oktoberfest thing, but the Ziggy Zaga before I chug a beer is from the Man Show,
Right.
which I learned way too young.
Right. Yeah. Because that was, yeah.
I don't know, 2004.
Why was the man show allowed on television is the real question.
I don't even know what
And
show you're talking about. I
are
thought
you-
you were making something
Are you
up.
being for real?
You are
Yes.
so pure.
Do you know what the man show is, Heather? Studio
so
guest
in-
audience? That's where Jimmy Kimmel is from. The man show?
Adam Carolla?
Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't even know who Adam Carolla is.
He invented the Corolla.
He's an asshole. Did he really?
No, he doesn't, and he is an asshole.
Really? You guys don't know what the man show is with Jimmy Kimmel? This is why Jimmy Kimmel still is able to pose as like a good guy, I think.
Yeah.
He was one half of one of the most misogynistic, insanely gross shows in the 2000s. And then he got his
I mean,
hosting gig, I'm pretty sure in the 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, what were your? You might not have seen the Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, but did you see the Joe Rogan?
Fear Factor?
Other guy? No, Joe Rogan hosted the Man Show for a
That's
little
right,
bit
he did.
with the other guy. He's an alcoholic.
Do you...
Doesn't look familiar.
What about... I mean, it's almost... I mean, it wasn't as bad. It's similar, though, as like Howard Stern.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand how Howard Stern is
Shock
accepted
jockey.
as a liberal figure. Like, the shit that they did.
yeah.
And then
Howard Stern is wild because he is like having like random women from the street come sit on the Sibian and let's do an interview.
Yeah. And now he like had Hillary Clinton on, and they didn't bring out the Sibian for that one. You know,
Probably the first
what?
Sibian.
You don't know what a Sibian is, Erica?
No.
Heather, you know what a Sibian is? Okay,
What is that?
it's a
Sex
sex
toy.
toy. It's like a dildo with like a. It's kind of like you sit on like a saddle type beat, and then it gyrates, or it goes this way.
Kind of looks like a pommel horse that you sit
Yeah.
on top of that has a vibrator built into it.
Okay. Anyway, can we talk about a different shitty man?
Yeah, we can do that.
I was just matching the freak. I don't know why I'm in trouble, but we don't just match
Because
freaks on
you're
this
a man.
podcast. We also podcast on this podcast. What that entails is us going online and finding gross little man stories.
R/relationship_advice. My boyfriend, 22 male, won't stop curling my hair in my sleep. 19 female.
This doesn't seem that bad.
Hot iron or like curlers, leaving curl.
I guess in my brain it was just twirling. I guess there's a big
Ooh.
distinction between twirling and curling.
My boyfriend is curling my hair in my sleep. How do I confront him? He's always been interested in my hair and he likes to watch me curl it. Then he started asking me if he could curl it. Just subtle hints at the beginning, which then evolved.
Is this a fetish?
After this going on for a few weeks, it progressed and he became more pushy about it, resulting in a lot of arguments. These got progressively worse for a few months. Then recently, probably about 2 weeks ago, I noticed strands of my hair were curled when I woke up in the morning. I've also noticed curlers have been moved around and also slightly warm when I go to use them. At first, I didn't think much and just put it down to my erratic sleeping habits. But my hair has progressively gotten more curly every time it happens. I don't know how to confront him about this, and when I've tried, he's denied it and became extremely agitated. If anyone's had similar experiences,
Nobody has.
let me know.
I don't. Yeah, there's no way there's a comment on that. It's like, hey, that's happened to me 5 times before.
Oh my god, I dealt with this for months with my boyfriend.
What? It's one of those things that doesn't. It seems innocuous,
Yeah,
but it
it's
is such a barrier
freak,
break.
freak behavior.
That is so dangerous.
This was sent to me by Anna from Denmark.
Thank you, Anna from Denmark.
Whoa.
Thanks, Anna.
Well, and that's the issue: is if you toss and turn while he's curling, then you might leave, and then you get burnt.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna leave, and then Denmark, on the face. Anna Denmark on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got there. That was impressive.
Thank you, and I've been waiting for that.
Oh shit! Sorry.
There's no updates on that. There's no.
Nope.
What I mean, what would you do if I did that?
Well, it depends.
I'm really good at it.
Ooh.
Did you use heat protectant?
Shit, I forgot that part.
Okay. Did you curl towards my face or away from my face?
Away.
I'd be all right with it. You passed the test, so
Well, I didn't use the heat protectant.
well, I don't have the time either. So
Fair enough. It's wild that this started multiple arguments. Like,
yeah,
did they say a week-long argument or something? What was the time frame on the argument they had there? Because it seems pretty cut and dry.
It seems pretty. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I'm
Please
wondering
stop.
if it started as a like, yeah, she let him do it once when they had plenty of time, and then the next time he asked, she's like, well, no, it'll just be quicker if I do it, and we got to get going. And then every time it's like, what, this is getting weird. Why are you asking?
Yeah.
But also, you're going to have to learn how to do it because of my shoulder. So,
Fuck.
Yeah.
This is bad. Well, I mean,
But you don't. Yeah, but you wouldn't do it in her sleep.
I wouldn't do it in your sleep. Well, maybe I would just to get some practice in.
But you don't have to. I would do it, let you get practice in while I was awake.
Oh.
So
That makes sense. I guess I could get feedback that way.
Yeah.
Do we fear that I'm just absolutely dog shit at it and you just have bad hair for 6 months?
I do fear that sometimes.
Okay, that
But
sucks to
then,
hear.
I mean, you picked up French braiding pretty easy, so
I guess I'm kind of talented.
yeah. Worst comes to worst, I'll just have you straighten it.
Thank God.
But what if you woke up and your hair was French braided?
That's also fine. I feel like he would not be able to get through an entire French braid without me waking up because he pulls my hair a lot.
So you're not very good at it.
No, he's good at it.
Huh?
I keep it tight.
Conflicting stories.
No, I
Like-
keep it tight.
He keeps it tight. You have to pull to keep it tight.
Do you?
Are you
please?
using-
Are you,
Yes.
Thank you for
Are you
backing
using
me up.
tight protectant when you're doing your French braids?
No. I don't use any kind of protection when we're doing that.
Hey man, that's tight. You do keep it tight. Oh yeah.
Moving on. Trigger warning, verbal and physical abuse mentions. Chloe says this man is nasty. He reminds me of the guy from the story you read on today's episode that was on January 21st that Chloe sent this to me, that kept burping and farting on his girlfriend.
Classic dude. What? There's a lot of classic dude behaviors, and she's got stories that represent all of them.
Yeah.
All facets.
I feel like it's classic in the sense of like when a car is 20 years old, it becomes like you get like antique plates on it.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah, once a man's 60 years old, you're like, yep, that's classic, dude.
Yeah. Is 20 years the window for like vintage plates?
I thought so.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying anything.
I could
I'm
drive
not
like
being wrong.
my 95 Honda Accord with 389,000
Brother,
miles.
that car is almost as old as me. You don't think I'm vintage?
Yeah, you're vintage.
Thank you.
Fuck.
This is from r/best of Redditor updates. Me, 28 female, with my significant other, 34 male of 3 years, are having a problem. He keeps using my clothes as cum rags.
Is there a title for this? Did we read the title?
That is the title.
That's the title?
Yep.
Can we get a nice one?
An
to take that?
SFW one?
I'm having 28 female, I'm having a problem with my significant other, 34 male. He keeps using my clothes to clean up after coitus.
Ew. That's worse.
That was worse, but that'll get past.
Oh, wow.
Did you want me to say sex?
No, you're good.
After we fuck,
Whoa.
What the heck?
My ears are hot.
And now we have to.
he cleans up his jizz with all my clothes,
Now we
Okay,
have
this
to.
is kind of getting hot.
my lingerie.
No, keep going. Oh my God.
Worst clothes to use with.
You don't
do
know.
it.
There's no way lingerie is absorbent
Maybe
for
she's
cum.
referring to her moo as lingerie.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm back
I
on
still
board.
feel
My
like.
moo are very soft.
Are they
Yeah,
thin?
they're sexy.
They're not. They are not sexy.
Something about a moo.
Are they thin material?
Oh yeah, they're on the thinner side.
Yeah, I'm out. I need the thickest clothes, like a robe, like a thick robe, cotton robe. If I'm ranking clothes to wipe up cum with, I don't want a silky, like thin material. I'm sorry.
It's not. I mean,
I'm just saying I don't want a thin material.
all right, Joshua. Fuck.
You want it to be absorbent.
That's why we use. I mean, people use tube socks.
The original post was from July 23rd, 2015.
Whoa.
It's your birthday almost.
Actually, it was probably one of my better birthdays.
First one we spent together.
2015. How old was I?
10 years younger than now.
20.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was thinking the age 15, not 2015, huh? Crazy how that works.
It's not that crazy. Just time passing. Linear.
A little info. We are having some sex issues. Are only having sex a couple times a month. He naturally has started jerking off more.
Naturally.
I have only a slight issue with this, mainly that I am really unsatisfied because I have a high sex drive. He tells me I'm not enticing him enough. Fair, I've been kind of down since I lost my job. But the problem I really have is that he keeps using my clothes as a cum rag. Clean or dirty, doesn't matter. The reason I hate this so much is I can smell the semen even after being washed.
That is a potent load.
Pungent.
When my body heats up.
Oh.
It's a delayed response.
It's, oh my God. Oh, it's like, oh my God. Talk about doing a load of laundry.
Boo. He knows this. Rare Luna sighting. Hi, Looney.
Luna, don't rub on the camera. It's like the one thing you can't rub on.
He knows this, and it's been pretty patient in the past about when he mistakenly uses my clothes because it's dark. I know that I'm even more sensitive about it now because of the sex issues we're having. I get that. But it really does bug me.
As it should.
Not only the smell, but now it's like he's plastering my inadequacy all over my clothes, as well as disrespecting my wishes. He says I'm making something out of nothing, or that I'm making unnecessary drama. So my question to you all is, am I? Should I be more tolerant? I definitely do not want to create more tension in the house, but I do want him to respect my wishes and boundaries. Please help me with any advice, perspectives, anything.
None of this is your fault.
Yeah.
None of this is your inadequacies. How has he gotten you to believe that this is a you problem?
Yeah.
There's nothing you're doing to make him come in your clothes.
Yeah. Well, and for him to like try to pivot the blame too, to be like, Molly, no. For him to be like, we're just not having enough sex because you're not turning me on. And then if you're horny, you can do the job too. It's
what? No, sorry,
What did you say?
I just didn't hear you.
if he is horny, he can do the job too. He can entice her, or whatever the hell his excuse was.
Someone says, is this just a fetish? And OP says it's not a fetish and it's not on purpose per se.
Yes, it is.
It's more like he just doesn't care what he uses and apparently cannot take the extra second to find an acceptable cum receptacle.
Just put in a little bit of pre-production. If you're going to do it, just go and get Kleenex. Go and get toilet paper.
A towel even.
Get a specific item that isn't your girlfriend's clothes.
Take off your own fucking sock and use that.
Thank you. Thank you.
OP, if you... Sorry about that. OP, if you have access to his credit card, go on to Etsy, buy a custom-made rag that says, my cum rag, and then just leave it on his side of the bed.
With it's my cum rag, but it's the 3 different font styles.
Yeah. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
My cum rag.
Somebody said that just reading the title enraged me. This is not nothing, and making him stop is not unnecessary drama. I'd be pissed if my SO did this, significant other, so repetitively after you've told them not to.
I'd be pissed if it happened once. This is one of those things that's straight up if it happens once, you were totally vowed with being like, what the fuck are you doing? It's because again, it's not like you're just walking around and he slipped and he came on your shit. He's about to come and he looks and grabs clothes to come on. Mm-hmm. That is an intense, just put in pre-production.
OP says, I'm really trying not to rage out, but it pisses me off quite a bit. I didn't even mention the kicker. We were in a fight at the time, and I was crying on the couch while he jerked off onto my t-shirt.
Wait.
And then someone replied and said, in front of you?
That's my question.
Or he got up, went in the bedroom, jerked off into your shirt. I hate to say this, but either way, this sounds like spite. OP says, no, not in front of me, but I knew that was what he would do. It's not the first time. The fight wasn't all his fault. We were supposed to go on a date, which rarely happens. And when I went to pick him up from work, he said, meet me here instead. I got there and he was with some work friends having a beer, and I got really angry and blew up at him.
Why is that not entirely his fault? What do you mean that's not entirely his fault?
added context from another comment. His clothes are readily available, just as readily available as mine are. Presumably, he doesn't want to use his own clothes because he plans on wearing them.
Again, you just don't come on clothes. It's super easy. I do it all the time. I'm doing it right now. I'm currently not coming on clothes. It's super easy to not come on clothes.
Then what's on your pants?
Well, that was from before. These are my pants. It's not weird.
Okay.
I've never come on Aurora's pants, and you can write that down in the Judgies annals.
Anals?
Yeah.
Blake, write that down, I guess. That's important Judgies history. So then OP added this in the comments. So the way I see sex between two people who love one another in a committed relationship is that both people should make an effort to come together and create passion and intimacy.
Wrong use of words.
He feels as though I need to make him want to have sex with me. I'm a bit of a tomboy and grew up being made to feel uncomfortable with my sexuality. He says I don't act sexy. When I've made attempts to understand what he means, it looks contrived and sort of like porn to me. Nevertheless, I have tried with limited success over the years. There was once a time where I was doing what he likes, but I grew tired of being the only one trying to be enticing. Since then, we have really not been having much sex. So how do I convince him that relationship sex is not the same as porn sex or dating sex or one-night stand sex? He was single for 6 years before dating me.
You should. First of all, I'm going to say something I don't think we've said yet, which is guys can initiate sex as well. Mm-hmm. You can be the sexy one, and I think that's normal.
Who usually initiates for you guys?
Shit, I'm going to throw under the bus.
Aurora probably initiates more.
Yeah?
Under the bus alert.
Who
Set
do you,
it off.
Who do you think it is between us?
You about 99.5% of the time.
I disagree.
Whoa.
I would say that I'm more than you, but I wouldn't say it's that high.
Okay. Hey, I'll take a win when I can get it. Later tonight?
That's literally how he initiates. He's like, so
Should
wanna
we
do it?
Should we write this down in our schedules or?
Well, you guys are parents.
I've been that way my entire life.
Well, you guys are
Literally.
You guys are.
I'm neurodivergent.
he has to have a plan. Anyway, moving on.
Well, I was gonna say something else. I can't remember what it was though. What was the very last bit of it? Like just gist
Of what?
the story,
My story or?
the one you're reading.
Oh, yeah, that one. Said that he was single for 6 years before dating me.
You should still be single for sure.
How do I convince him that relationship sex is not the
Oh.
same as porn, dating, or one night stands?
Yeah, this guy sucks. You should break up yesterday. Mm-hmm. I don't it's just classic. Why are we together?
I'm
What are we
hoping
doing?
that 10 years they've come to a moment of clarity and broke up.
So this person then edits to add, thank you for all of your words of encouragement and validation. I've shown him all of your comments. He was quiet for a long time,
That's scary.
then apologized. I'm making my Hail Mary pass right now. If it doesn't work, I will take the main point of advice for most of you and leave him. I know it'll be hard, and I will look back on this thread to give me courage should I need it. So
That's
then
bold to show him the post.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you did, I guess, because it seems like it went well. But that's bold.
So then on September 13th, 2015, OP says, I'll try to keep this short. To the many people who told me that even if he did stop coming on my clothes, that he would start doing something else disrespectful, you were right. He decided that verbally abusing me until I was huddled into a corner was his new way to make me feel like a piece of shit. What did you say? And when I couldn't take it anymore, I got physically abused. I'm so ashamed, but at least it's over.
You don't need to be ashamed.
Yeah.
You were not in the wrong at all.
Holy shit.
It really freaking stinks that it came to that.
Yeah, they broke up.
That it got to that point.
How did we find this 10-year-old story?
Yeah, why is there there's no update in 2025? It's just all of it was 2015.
Yep.
Goddamn, Chloe. You're going
Go
back
on
in
and-
the annals of Reddit.
Oh, no, it was posted on Best of Reddit or Updates 45 days ago.
Weird.
There's
So
scrubbing 10 years?
Somebody else scrubbed. All right.
Good
Wow.
deep scrub.
Then I have another one from Chloe.
Okay.
Do, 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 do. Boop, boop. Boop.
What's a cute nickname for someone that's named Chloe?
Clover.
Chloe Aka? Is that
I had a girl on.
I don't think that's a cute one.
okay?
I coached a girl once. Her name was Chloe. They called her Clover.
It's a little cute.
Clover's not bad. Chloe is just not it.
No.
Like, come on, Chloe.
Clove stick.
E is just nothing. Clove stick's not bad. Let's say they're a golfer.
Trigger warning. Blake, put this at the top. Mention of eating disorders. All right, last one before the break.
Okay.
This is from r/true off my chest. The title is Cheating Girlfriend in a Coma.
Serves her right.
Just for context, I'm 28 male, girlfriend is 26. This all happened about the end of 2023, so I would be 26 and she was 24. My girlfriend suffered with trigger warning. Blake, put this at the top. Mention of eating disorders. My girlfriend suffered with eating disorders for a long time. She would have months where she would eat well and then all of a sudden revert back to old patterns. She was starving herself around this time. Because of this, she ended up passing out, and due to some pretty incompetent paramedics, she ended up suffering a stroke and went into a coma, which she has since woken up from, but has locked-in syndrome and can only move her eyes.
She's locked. Can I make a potentially crass joke?
Hold on, let me get my carrot ready.
I mean, I don't think it's carrot worthy.
Okay, I'll just grab the little carrot
Okay.
then.
She's locked the fuck in.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I feel bad saying she had it coming or something. Whatever I said at the top.
No, she had a coma.
Fuck.
Thank you. A couple months after going into a coma, her brother came to me and told me that in the weeks leading up to it, a guy was regularly visiting her apartment and would sometimes sleep over. Obviously, this was crushing to hear. I couldn't comfort her about it or anything. Sorry, not comfort, confront. I couldn't confront her about it or anything. When I was alone with her, I used her thumb to open her phone and found texts confirming that she had been having sex with this guy, as well as a couple other random hookups. I asked her brother a favor to tell the family that we broke up prior to the coma so I didn't seem like a complete asshole for leaving her like this. He agreed. I haven't been back to visit her since. I pray for her recovery. No one deserves to suffer through something like that. Even just watching her like that is hard, but still I can't go back and see her knowing what she did.
So I think is that a crime?
It feels like it.
That feels like a crime.
It feels like a crime.
Using a comatose person's thumb to break into their phone?
Yeah.
That feels like it should be illegal.
Yeah.
Does she only have a fingerprint scan? I mean, she has to have a PIN number to get in. I don't know the PIN number at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, you know my PIN number.
Yeah.
I share it everywhere.
7727.
Well, I changed it. It's 7737 because the feds got onto it.
Well, now you're going to have to change it again.
47.
Fuck. 57.
It can't be
We're
all
getting
seven.
dangerously close.
Wow. I mean, insane. So she cheated. He found out while she was in the coma, broke up with her while she was in the coma.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brother
then
said, "You got it."
brother said, "I'll lie to her for you."
Light
So,
of the family.
oh, so he's still gonna break up with her to face then?
No, he just has never seen her again. Because of a couple of months after going into the coma, her brother came up and said,
Right.
cheating, whatever. When I was alone with her, I used her thumb to open her phone and found the texts.
So she was in the coma. Is a lock-in a type of coma? Is that where we're having the mishap
I
here?
will look up locked-in syndrome for you.
Yes, that's where I'm having them.
That's where I'm confused.
The
'Cause I didn't know what
miscommunication.
lock-in syndrome was. If I'm being for real. If I'm being open
Locked-in
and
syndrome
honest.
is a rare neurological disorder that paralyzes almost all voluntary muscles while preserving eye movement and blinking. Patients are conscious, alert, and retain their cognitive abilities. However, they are unable to speak or communicate verbally.
So that's not a coma.
Correct.
Because if you're comatose, you're unconscious. Unconscious. That means you kind of get a fucked up sense of self. You only get two devils on your shoulders when you're comatose. I just think it's funny to have her wake up and then the boyfriend or the brother then has to gaslight her to be like, no, you guys broke up before you went into the coma.
Oh, you don't remember that right before the coma?
And the doctor also isn't on it. Is like, yeah, you have a very specific type of amnesia where you only forgot right before.
You only forgot the breakup. You remember everything
You
else.
you remember loving him. You remember cheating on him. It really is one of those where it is like he did a bad thing, but it's like I feel like he kind of had the search warrant. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was being told by a close enough source that like, hey, you're being cheated on. If you need proof, here's your search warrant. There's your thumb. Get into the phone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He went about it I think the legal ways.
Who
It's
was
admissible in court.
Call me crazy. Who was charging her phone? Why does she have a charged phone if
Well,
she's
you know kids these days. All
Damn
they do
kids.
is cheat on partners, get locked the fuck in, charge their phone. you know?
Yeah, fuck. That makes a lot of sense.
Speaking of locked the fuck in, let's see on the other side of this break.
Bye.
And we're back on this side of the break where Aurora looks like she's trying to fight me through the camera. She's real. Oh no, she put up her dukes. What's up with dukes? Why are they called dukes?
Huh?
Put up your dukes. What's up? Why are these? A football is called the Duke.
Really?
Do we think that that's?
I don't know. I hate that a football is called the Duke.
Yeah. What do we got on this side of the break, Christian?
We got the classic.
Circle George. What the hell? It's the Circle George.
And this week we're bringing back a tried and true classic because, hey, I'll say it. I'm feeling a little down. I think the whole world's feeling a little down right now. So I brought a list of pet Steves for us to talk about.
Pet Steve.
And for of those of you that don't know what a pet Steve is, it's the opposite of a pet peeve. It's a little thing.
Yeah.
Instead of pissing you off, it kind of goes, I feel a little bit better now.
I forgot about Pet Steves.
Yep.
And I assume I had to have made this joke the first time. Pet Steve is a pet peeve for me. I really hate the name Pet Steve.
Yeah.
Pet Steve is so kiki coded.
It
Okay.
is.
Somebody asked, does she know that you know? And OP said, I'm really not sure.
Huh.
That was a pet Steve. A nice little update. Pet Steve.
I just read through like 500 comments for that.
It wasn't. I don't know why you're angry.
I'm not angry. I'm just telling you.
And Josh, this does suck because I mentioned that you probably said this in the last one. I wrote this down. I was like, I better see what pet Steves I wrote down last time. Pretty sure the first one I said last time was getting an extra chicken nugget, and first one on my list here is getting an extra chicken tender.
That
Okay.
didn't happen the
Culver's.
other night.
That's what made me think of it. I was like, that made my day a little bit better.
Are they tenders? I thought they're strips.
Well, hey, guess what I have written down on there? Ready
An extra
for-
chicken strip from Culver's. That's right.
Yeah, but I
That's
called them
right.
tenders because I didn't want to be incorrect, and I feel like you can't go wrong with a tender.
Fuck you, chicken strips.
Not mine. That first drink of water in the morning, it just kind of hits,
Especially when you're hungover.
especially when you're hungover.
Somebody just said in the Discord the other day, like, you know when you like accidentally dehydrate yourself in the middle of the day and then you drink water and you're like, oh yeah, this shit rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're like, oh fuck yeah, this is awesome.
yeah. Meeting a store dog that's just chill as hell.
Or a store cat.
Bonus points if it's a shop cat and it's extroverted. Finding a new song. Finding a new song always kind of fucking slaps.
What's your new song you're going to right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't got a new song right now. I'm kind of in a depression. Black Country New Road just released a new song, and the song's just okay, but I'm excited for the new album.
Do you know this artist, Moonwalker?
No, I don't.
No, this is Blake's favorite artist right now, and
I'll have to check them out.
they were like, "Do you know this band?" And I was like, "I don't know. Maybe Christian does."
Go ahead.
No, you go on.
No, go ahead.
Mine's gonna completely divert us, so you go.
An older song that I've recently rediscovered and have been listening to quite a bit lately is "Only for You" by the Heartless Bastards.
It's a
So
good band.
go check it out. It's pretty good.
I went to a concert by myself last week, and the opening band was kind of sick as hell. Kangaroo Court. Give them a check. Give them a check out.
The Australian.
No. Back to the list here. Trying out a new bakery, and it turns out kind of fucking slaps. Sometimes you go to a bakery and they're dog shit.
Yeah.
What bakery did you go to, and when, and how come I did not get a sweet little treat?
I haven't gone to a new one recently, but I know in the past I've had this experience.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta dig deep for Pet Steve's, especially in these dark days.
Okay.
Bakeries, I think, are a lot like breweries.
Yeah.
Where it is like, if you find a cool hang at a brewery, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the baker. Then sometimes you go in and like the vibes are off.
Yeah.
And the food and or drinks stink.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's you get like a muffin, and you're like, I didn't know you could even fuck up a muffin.
Yeah.
Wearing a pair of pants fresh out of the dryer, and they kind of fit just right now.
Really?
You don't like that?
I feel
You feel
I
like they
find
get
it
a-
rare.
Really?
You're not
It's-
supposed to dry your denim.
I got to break them in.
Actually, you're not supposed to wash them either.
You gotta put them bad boys in the freezer.
If they start to stink, then you put them in the freezer.
What if they got cum on them?
Oh. You come on the other side, and it knocks the cum out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, no, I forgot reading on the back of my Levi's and washing instructions.
Yeah. Getting a nice set of silverware at a restaurant. You ever go to a restaurant and you're like, ooh, that's a good fork? Even more rare, you get a good fork's more rare. Usually I feel like you get a good knife. Like, that's a pretty nice knife.
How do you think we
Sometimes-
got all of ours?
Sometimes
I'm just kidding.
sometimes you get a good fork and you're like, whoa, I didn't even know they made forks this nice.
I guess I'm more of a pessimist because it's a real pet peeve when you get a shitty knife.
Yeah.
Boy, does a shitty knife ruin a meal
Yeah, it does.
at a restaurant.
Well, that's why you gotta look on the brighter side of things.
That's right. But you need a shitty knife to appreciate the good ones.
True.
Yeah.
True. Hanging out with friends. Getting to copy their ideas. Yeah, I'm just copying their answers from here on. Something that makes my day better. Cottage cheese.
Yeah,
Ew,
absolutely.
Joshua.
I dream about eating cottage cheese.
That would ruin my day, I think.
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with it. That's the best part.
It's rotten milk is what it is.
No.
Curdled.
I'm sorry. It's curdled milk,
Yeah.
which is rotten.
Do you like pizza?
I understand that cheese is also curdled milk, Joshua.
Well, specifically mozzarella. It's
yes,
whey isolate.
Unfinished
I
mozzarella.
I
You
understand.
pull out the whey, I guess. Yeah.
I understand.
So
But
you're just eating
the difference is
wet boiled milk.
the difference is mozzarella tastes good
Okay.
and cottage cheese doesn't.
Have you ever tried it blended?
Blended.
Is it a texture
Whoa.
issue?
It's a flavor
Does
issue.
it just turn it back into milk?
Well, you just blend it up. I mean, you can get small curd cottage cheese, large curd cottage
Can we
cheese.
move on?
Do you add anything to your cottage cheese?
I'll
Salt,
sometimes
pepper?
crack some black pepper on there.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Have you ever ate it with fruit? I know some people eat it with like
I mean, no,
blueberries.
but I mean, obviously, I'm a pro applesauce guy, but I don't have applesauce around the house.
Why would you mix in applesauce? He's talking about like
No.
whole peaches or blueberries.
I understand that people eat it with. Why are we so angry at me? I don't know what I did.
We are heated on this one. This is the same concept as using a Ruffles that has ridges to scoop up applesauce and corn, and it's like that shouldn't go together, but it goes absolutely insane together.
Especially if you throw on a pickle.
It's just savory and
Little pickle
sweet.
chip.
That's all it is. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
The audience is looking at us like we're fucking crazy. Did you not go to grade school? What's going on here? You've never ate a school lunch? Next on the list, next on the docket here, blowjob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more than a pet, Steve.
Yeah.
That's a live-in Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a little bit more responsibility attached to it than a pet.
Finding $1 on the ground. On the ground. Who says no to $1 on the ground?
What's the smallest amount of money that's not a pet
Literally
Steve?
was just about to ask that same question.
Editor, cut my part out.
No, go ahead. You can keep it. It's fine.
Erica, you have any? What do you think the smallest amount of money would be before it's a pet Steve?
A quarter.
You think if you find a
You
quarter?
say a nickel or a dime?
$10?
It's not making your day better unless it's a tenner.
You find a $5 and you're like,
Five would be good. Fine, five would be good. If I find $1, it's gonna make my day better.
I'd rather find 3 singles than 110. I think.
It feels lucky.
Yeah.
That feels lucky.
You're
That's like
ooh,
that's basically like
like
finding
spread
a penny.
out. Not like
heads up.
there's 3 singles, but if I find $1 and then like 5 steps later, there's like another $1.
What's
and
the smallest amount of money you'll bend over and pick up?
$1? I'm not bending over
Whoa.
for silver.
You're bending over for every penny you see.
I'm not very superstitious. I'm leaving them if they're tails. I'm picking up heads. A quarter will make my day better. Other ones aren't gonna make my day better.
I will pick up a quarter. My grandma, R.I.P. She's so funny. She would pick up even pennies, heads, tails. It didn't matter. She would pick them up.
What about odd pennies?
So my mom pranked her, and she super glued a penny to our concrete floor, like out in our garage, so that when my grandma would come over, she'd try to pick it up and realize that it was super glued. And it was funny every time. And she fell for it every time.
It's classic T dangle.
This is a classic prank.
Yeah. Which I brought up. So I brought up T Dangle to my mom. I was like, we need more. Which she found her pen name, which obviously I cannot share because she doesn't want me to out her.
Wait, she's actually writing?
No, but if she ever does, that's the pen name she's going to use.
Tell her to
And-
get churning.
I love that energy.
yeah. I mean, I'll tell it to you,
Yeah,
but
it's like having a baby name for people that don't never have kids.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm not going to let you know just in case.
well, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah. And I was like, we need to come up with some more ideas. She's like, well, I can't think of anything now. I'm like, well, first of all, you didn't think of half of those. I did.
Also, if you're going to be a writer, you kind of need to exercise. You got to flex the muscle.
Yeah. So then, because I've never delete any text messages from my mom, I was able to scroll back all the way to 2021.
You went to T dangle.
Yeah, and I found the whole list of names.
Wow.
What? Do we think we did all of them?
I don't know. I can pull them up right now and read them all to you again if you want me to.
But it would be a fun callback if we did a T Dangle part 2.
That's what I'm saying. And she's like, I can't think of any more. I'm like, okay, well,
She's just not trying.
yeah. Essentially, she's like, oh, I've figured out, what my thing's going to
motivation's
be.
gone.
So I don't need another one.
It's like when a player gets a contract.
Yeah. But I did tell her in the message, I was like, she's like, oh, these are good ideas, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, these are also good ideas for character names. So keep that in mind as well.
Erica, you're gonna have to recreate this noise because I can't really make it. When a cat makes this noise,
Roar also loves that. Who
Yeah,
said that?
it's a great noise. I
Erica
did.
said that.
Did you?
Like when you slightly surprise a cat, but they're not like surprised scared. They're just kind of like, oh, hello. And they just go. I told Aurora when we were sitting there, I was describing the sound as, and if you know, you know, it's the same sound as when you completed a table and got 3 hearts on Diner Dash. It's so specific. Let me see if I can find it.
That's so funny.
And then last one here, talking to a loved one about anything.
Well, and then a second blowjob, right?
And then, yeah, of
Somebody
course, it
else-
leads to second blowjob.
I won't say who. Somebody else at the dinner table tonight said a blowjob again.
Yeah. I thought we had it settled with the first one, but a second blowjob. Here's the crazy thing. Some of these might have diminishing returns. Second blowjob doesn't have diminishing returns,
Right.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're. At some point, I'm sure there's a diminishing return on blowjob, but I feel like it's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That noise.
Gray does that sometimes.
But that's it. That's my pet Steves. Listeners,
Send in your pets.
send in
please.
your pet Steves because
Put them in the YouTube comment section while you're at it. Put some trending words down there.
Hashtag Steve Harvey, my pet Steve's.
St. Patrick's Day. What else is trending? I feel like we're in a slow news cycle right now. What's that new movie that just came out? It's got Will Neff in it.
Oh, he's in a movie.
Yeah. He's an astronaut. Something 13, I feel like.
Nikki 17?
Nikki 13, Nikki 17, something like that.
Mickey 17?
Mickey 17 sounds right.
Well, Neff's in that.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Name other famous people down there.
Just only famous people. Chapel Roan Rick Astley cover. How about
Please,
that?
please, 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 please.
And after the circle jerk.
And after that circle jerk, we always have a listener submitted sound. You got a story for after the sound?
And if
perfect.
if you want to send a listener submitted sound at judgiespod@gmail.com, put listener submitted sound in the title, or you can do listener submitted story, or you can send us in Reddit stories. That's also chill. Or you can just say, hey, what's up, hello. I'll read it. Not on the pod, obviously. That's ridiculous.
What's up, hello?
This listener writes into us, hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Romy.
Oh.
I sing this song so much that I did it like this once and had to send it. LOL, sorry if it's all head singing. Enjoy.
What does that mean?
I love the judges. Won't you tell me why they judge so hard for you to give you stories? Oh, to give you stories. Oh!
I loved it.
That was great energy.
What was that a cover of?
Who knows?
I feel like 3 different times it was a different song to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was like.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly what you were saying. I know what you were doing.
I
think
know.
I'm the only one who knows what you were doing, but I agree.
Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, you guys don't even
I think
hear
is
the
it-
song.
That's not ABBA, is it?
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, baby.
That's not ABBA.
I said that's not ABBA.
That's
Is it?
it's in 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's not
The
what the song
stair
is.
where he's
Right.
on the bleachers.
But that's what I thought it was for the first 3 seconds.
It was great. You have a great belt on you.
Hey, good head voice.
Hi, Ricky. I have a really gross story. I just thought maybe y'all might find gross/funny enough to read on the pod. You can use my name. Tess. For almost 12 years, I've been working as a registered vet tech, which is a vet nurse in some parts of the country.
Really?
And let's just say I definitely have my fair share of shit and piss stories. Listener discretion advised. Trigger warning, medical stuff, and sick animals.
Oh,
Like,
Happy,
yeah.
says happy endings. Does that mean in the traditional sense?
no,
Like the pet Steve.
they gotta breed the animals somehow, Erica.
Oh, gross.
They do.
I meant like a fairy tale happy ending in the traditional sense, Joshua, you sick fuck.
We all know. What? Are you serious?
Yes.
There's no way, right? We all thought we were jacking off animals.
We all thought
No.
We all thought that.
we were jacking off.
They have to jack off horses to breed them, to breed their studs. I don't know if they do
There's
it for
3
cows.
people in this world.
This story is not a
Insert
shit.
Kubla Khan clip.
A what?
Insert the Kubla Khan clip. There's 3 people in this world. The person that owns the farm, the person that breeds the horses, and the person that has to jack the horses off.
Insert Mr. Hands here.
There's a very viral clip of the band Kubla Khan giving a speech.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys not even on the internet? We're getting aggro. I'm calming
Leave
down and
Kubla
taking deep
Khan
breaths.
in the comments section.
Kubla Khan,
below.
Texas.
This story is not a shit or a piss story. We had an English bulldog come in this week for palate surgery. We anesthetize and use a cutting laser unit to trim back the dog's soft palate to help him breathe better. He's a good boy. Sedation went off without a hitch, but when I had to intubate him, everybody knows what an intubation is. He had the biggest tonsils I've ever seen, resulting in a surprise tonsillectomy for this guy. And I had to stick my hand into this dog's throat, manually move the tonsils out of the way to allow access to his trachea. This was on top of the laryngoscope I was using to hold down his epiglottis. It wasn't cutesy or demure, but you got to do what you got to do to keep him breathing and safe. The surgery went well. Dog went home the next day after monitoring, and all was well. Until later that day, the owner sends us a video, and the dog's wheezing like me after going on a run. Not good.
That's kind of crazy that that's an outpatient procedure, I feel like. Using a laser to cut your soft palate and then just being like, okay, bye.
Well, the laser cauterizes it as it goes through.
I suppose, yeah. That's crazy to me.
We don't like English bulldogs having a hard time getting air in. She brings him to us. Apparently, the owner had 3 seizures on the way there from stress.
The owner?
She wasn't driving.
Oh my God.
I ran to get the dog oxygen. He was stable, just a lot of inflammation in the throat. We got him all calmed down and the swelling started coming down, but he was still kind of wheezy. He was anesthetized in an attempt to settle his breathing that my boss asked me to intubate him again to open the airway. I went ahead and started the process, surprised at how open everything looked in there, because why is he having trouble breathing if it looks fine? I started pressing the tube in and met some resistance. And right as I'm about to switch out to a smaller ET tube, the dog coughs and something pink and flabby comes flying through the tube, landing in my scrub top and falling down into my bra.
What did you say?
Turns out it was a piece of tissue we suspect he swallowed after surgery and aspirated when he apparently threw up earlier when he got excited to see his owner.
Dogs are crazy.
He went home today. All is well, and he is breathing as well as an English bulldog can. So while it wasn't the most glamorous thing to happen to me, I am happy to take one for the team in the name of the little guy feeling relief. I joked that I have some sort of curse placed on me when it comes to emergencies needing intubated because the last emergency, our coworker's doodle ate a menstrual pad and needed surgery to get it out, had a faulty ET tube. It was fine at the start of surgery, I swear, and then had started vomiting under anesthesia. Scary shit, so he hung his front half over the side of the table to keep him from aspirating while I replaced the ET tube. I was squatting under him, praying he doesn't keep vomiting because my face is right in the line of fire. And right as I think that, I lose my balance and fall into the puke on the floor. But damn it, I got his tube in and he's doing great now. So all of that is to say, these are the moments I think of when I tell strangers I'm a vet tech and they immediately respond, "Oh my God, that sounds like such a fun job." So sorry if it was gross. Hopefully no one pukes about this story, and I guess there's probably should have been a trigger warning for bodily fluids. But whatever. The bulldog brought up. But yeah, that's my life and my job, and for some reason I still love what I do. The trigger warning should actually be medical stuff, human seizures, scary situations with pets, and puke. So much puke. And a hunk of skin tissue. Deserves its own trigger warning. But then she sent a picture of the bulldog. His name is Doink. Oh my God.
That's a perfect name for an English bulldog.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. You can't go wrong with a doink.
wow. I mean, jeez.
He's so cute. He's sleeping off his drugs, completely unaware of what vile shit he just hacked up at me. Here's the offensive piece of tissue in question in case you're curious. Yeah.
I didn't.
Thanks, Tess.
It's not because I wouldn't have expected it, I guess, but more of just like I've never thought about it. Didn't think dogs had tonsils.
Yeah. You know what?
I would have never assumed that dogs have like that similar of a lymph system to us.
Yep.
I don't know why, but
When you talked about the tonsil removal earlier,
The tonsillectomy.
yeah.
never in 100 years would I guess a dog.
Yeah.
I almost made that joke because remember my last episode, I said you'll never guess what kind of identity crisis. So I was almost going to be like, you'll never guess who's getting a tonsillectomy.
I never would have guessed that.
Never.
I don't think dog would have been top 10 guesses for me.
Oh, it would have been way, way down on the list.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like those dogs shouldn't be bred to be like that. You would think maybe we don't breed to have the most smushed, fucked up little, I don't know, respiratory systems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're so cute.
I mean, they are cute.
Oh.
However, I prefer an alive dog
True.
and a dog
true.
that can breathe normally without getting a fucking laser to cut their mouth more open. That's crazy. That's crazy what we've done to dogs over, what, like 3,000 years?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Did I already read this one from r/boomers being fools?
Mm-mm.
Can I get a
Whip?
thank you? My boomer boss just learned tariffs applied to him too, and now he's mad. That's the title.
Mm-hmm.
My boomer boss thought tariffs would mean his competition would be taken out and he'd be raking in all that profit from them going under. He thought it couldn't affect him because he voted for Trump and Trump would take care of him. Well, 90% of our Blake, please cut that. Well, 90% of our materials and parts come from Mexico. Not just that, but some aren't produced anywhere else. Some are so old they're no longer... Blake, cut all of it. No, I'm just kidding. Some are so old that they are no longer manufactured normally, and we already paid a premium for them. Now, when he realized that tariff was going to apply to him too, he lost it. He's been writing Trump and Vance on his personal and business Facebook page, begging for an exception, telling people that there's just been a misunderstanding. He wasn't supposed to be affected by this. It's supposed to hurt Mexico and liberals. It isn't supposed to hurt American businesses. Yeah, it sucks. We tried to explain this to him multiple times. He's been celebrating, telling us we're getting raises because so much more money's coming in now, and he can't afford even enough employees to produce at average output, let alone enough to make profit to keep everyone currently here. We're all fucked, and he thinks we're just in a hard place and need to wait until Trump reads his Facebook message because he'll fix it for him.
We just got to give it time, folks. We just got to give it time. They're not doing
Irreparable
damage to the entire system and world.
Okay.
We just got to give it time. It's all going to sort itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Once private companies come in and fill in all the voids of the shit we're fucking up, everything's going to go back to normal and be great.
Mm-hmm.
This is made up.
Sure.
Like, this didn't happen.
Okay.
What?
It's just like for libs to be like, ha, dumb conservatives.
Okay.
Because tariffs don't go into effect that quickly. And also, they were taken away the day after. There's no way price changes were seen by the boss in a short enough time frame to be like, we're ruined.
Tell them.
So, just so we're all aware, Trump isn't in. Well,
This is from r/work. Is that a new one?
r/work?
Yep.
I feel like we've done anti-work.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Whoop. The title is Copied my male colleague's email style, and now I'm being told I'm rude.
Your male what? Colleague.
Thank you, Aurora. I'm a woman in my late 20s, working in a corporate environment. I'm pretty established in my career and company, but not managerial. I usually email in a very, hi, how are you, smiley face way that doesn't reflect my professionalism, and I feared it was affecting how others saw me. I took a leaf out of my male colleagues' books. They email message with no emojis, exclamation marks, or fluff. Their emails aren't rude, but aren't overly nice and apologetic. Turns out, while everyone respects their direct tone and professional approach, I'm rude and disrespectful for emailing the exact same way. In fact, I once copied an entire email from a male colleague and sent it to someone, generic wording that applied in my email anyway. My manager said it was rude. I showed my manager the emails side by side, and he was embarrassed for calling me up on it. We're supposed to be a company that cares about sexism. Anyway, have a day, everyone. I refuse to be overly polite just because I'm a woman.
I mean, yeah, that's just straight up workplace misogyny.
Yeah.
Unironically, the reason why like DEI initiatives are important
Yeah.
because workplaces are so male dominated and male centric that women just being similar or the same to men professionally gets perceived as them being mean
Yeah.
because it's a boys club.
Thanks, Angie, for sending that. Those last 2 stories actually are both from Angie.
Or you're a woman with like any kind of confidence. It's like, "God, she's so freaking bitchy. And it's like, I don't. She just told you. She was just blunt about what she wanted, and it's like, oh my god.
Blake, please, for the love of God, Shine Bomb. Thank you. Put that over Fine Bomb. Shine
I
Bomb.
knew he was saying the wrong name. I was like, I've not even heard of this name in my life.
I was close. I was three of the 4 syllables. Who she is awesome, by the way.
She is.
Isn't she Mexico's first woman president?
I believe so. And I think she's the first Jewish president of Mexico too.
Good for her.
Cut that if I'm wrong.
Good
Blake.
for Mexico, really.
Yeah.
America could never.
Well, they could.
They could.
They could have. They could have
absolutely
had
could
a
have.
Jewish president and a woman president multiple times at this point. But you know,
Yeah.
The racism is too real here.
yeah,
The prejudice is too real here.
yeah. There's a lot of issues, believe it or not. Are you all done for the main?
Do you want me to find another story?
That's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking if you're done with the main. Are you you read all the stories? That
I
you
read all
previewed?
of the stories that I previewed.
Well, then guess what? We have a treat on the table,
Oh?
which is we got a whole nother hour over
Oh,
on
yes.
the bonus episode.
Ooh.
Weekly bonus episode.
Ooh, I like that.
Patreon.com/Judgies pod. Erica, where else can they find us?
Anywhere you're on the internet, we're probably there too. And you can find us at Judgies Pod.
And send in your listener submitted stories, judgiespod@gmail.com. Have it in the subject line.
And just leave the most trending topics in the comment section.
Please, please, please. And hey, send in your pet Steves.
Yeah. Let's hear him. Get that trending. Hashtag Pet Steves.
Remember when you would say that? You'd be like, let's get this trending on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like people would call to be like on the trending tab on Twitter.
Yeah.
What a time.
What a time.
Mm-hmm. The Judgies love you.
A better world back then.